So actually, I'll probably start recording now. There we go. This is a good spot to start recording. I kind of forgot to start recording beforehand. But yeah, so for anyone who does not know, welcome, welcome. This will be the second stage of the 1v1 Christmas Camps early event. And we're hopping right into the 1v1 best of 7 lower bracket semifinals between Rex and Bart Jones. Starting off on the map, Smash Dust Bowl playing in the top as the yellow black hand. Once the game loads in, there we go. We have Bart Jones, and in the bottom, playing as the cyan screen, we have Rex.
Okay, so this is like, let me start by saying this. This is just Dust Bowl that we all know and love, but this is the hybrid between normal no poker Dust Bowl, as well as Smash Dust Bowl, as well as poker Dust Bowl. So you have 4 spikes on the map, 2 contested spikes, like on normal Dust Bowl, 2 safe spikes, 1 per player, as the no poker Dust Bowl. And you have, instead of EMP center in the middle, you have the blue Tiberium in the middle. So you can argue that this is the most dynamic map out of all Dust Bowl versions.
Yeah, and we're going to be getting started here. It is a screen versus a black hand matchup, which means that Rex will desperately try to scout Bart Jones, and he even goes for 4 buzzers to do so. Actually, might have even been 5 buzzers for all I know. It is also contested tip spikes in the middle. Bart trying to throw the grenades, but missing every single time so far. So that's definitely not going his way, and Rex actually going to be very happy with this anti-scouting. It's kind of almost as if the screen player is anti-scouting the black hand, which is unheard of.
Yeah, because Bart risked the grenades. So he decided to throw the grenades and maybe actually get a lot more damage with them. But because of the misses, now the anti-scouts anti-scouting was really difficult for blackhand player.
Yeah, he was pretty greedy with those grenades, and it didn't pay off, unfortunately. Now we see free harvesters for him versus free harvesters for Rex as well. However, Rex does have control of 1 more tip spike than Bart. Bart not opting to go for one of the contested tip spikes here. Ooh,
this
Rex.
Might change, maybe. This might change like dynamically during the game. Maybe a lot of players I see playing this map often goes for aggressive retakes of these spikes to keep the advantage, making the advantage of 3 spikes versus 1. But it's kind of rare right now. It's kind of rare. So many people just decide to play safe because like doing a spike is $10 per tick, so it's not that much.
Yeah, here we're witnessing the Seeker push coming out of Rex. Do not be fooled. The color of Rex, which is normally the color that Futurama plays under, and him doing Futurama's main strategy as Scrin, or at least a very prominent one, does not mean that he is Futurama. It is in fact Rex playing the game, but it does actually look a little bit misleading. 1 Seeker does fall, but it does get traded off for a bike. So far, a very good micro from Bart Jones regardless. He will have very good trades. It does look like it's double War Factory from him, and Rex should be able to see that as well. Rex won't be able to save a lot of his units though. I mean, so far 2 Seekers traded for 2 bikes isn't the worst in the world. But considering that Bart Jones has 2 War Factories and Rex does not, it does raise some concerns for Rex.
This is kind of late queued up refinery for Bart. Despite having the 2 War Factory, of course, you need to delay some of the production to pump out more units. But it's kind of mega late. Like,
yeah, and here we're seeing some harassment here happening from Bart Jones. He doesn't get any real damage in the Harvester, but he does scare Rex into placing down a War Factory right next to it. But so far, not going too well for Bart. He lost 3 buggies for a Seeker tank and a bike on top of that. And Rex is just ecoing up and feeling great about his position. So, despite Rex trading, not having the best trades overall, he does seem to be vastly ahead now. He is already finishing up his, probably, refinery. Yeah, there we go. whereas Bart is just started on it. So Bart Jones definitely behind by about 30 seconds, which is major. He does pick off a Harvester, but now he loses unit advantage because he doesn't really have many units left now. And he probably should go for Scorpion tanks, not back into Pike Buggy, because this is a large group of Seeker tanks, and Rex will be able to dominate the position with this number of units. Yeah, we're seeing Scorpion tank transition from Bart, but it might be too little too late as Lightning Spike goes down. These are Black Hand unstealthed Harvesters, keep that in mind. And even if they would be stealth, the Seeker tank obviously can reveal stealth. One Seeker goes down, the Rex does get a Harvester, and he starts retreating. But yeah, another Harvester taking so much damage. Bart not having the best micro here, but neither is Rex. He doesn't pursue the Harvester and instead focuses on the units that Bart has. Of course, with the repair drones here, Rex has an absolutely dominating position, and Bart Jones has been defeated. Game number 1 going to Rex. Well, Bart Jones did say that he will win Rex, I think, 4-0. So far, that's definitely not the case here, and won't be happening anytime soon, as this marks the first point for Rex.
Yeah, the answer for the Seeker push with the second war factory was actually good. I didn't mind having the second war factory, but like it doesn't seem to work on Dust Bowl. Like let's be honest, the expansions are so close to each other that it allows quick rotations of units between the fields, so it protects both fields at the same time.
Yeah, so it is just very difficult to pull off double War Factory build there. It's still possible, mind you, but I think Bart Jones was slightly lacking in micro there, and because of that, he ended up losing 2 bikes initially to the Seeker tanks, right, with the initial Seeker push, which he couldn't have really afforded. That cost him a lot of momentum, and then later on, he didn't really have enough units to then right away kill off a Harvester, which would have set him ahead. But in the end, he ended up wasting too many units and didn't actually get anything in return, and that just meant his double war factory was essentially completely worthless, which just naturally put him behind. Ooh, pipeline problems will be our map number 2. Alright, so Rex is ready to rumble, and in a second, so is Bart Jones. He does switch away from Black Hand to GDI. And we're going to be hopping into game number 2.
What's this, by the way, this is best of 7? Best of 8?
Best of 7. Starting on the map, Pipeline Problems in the bottom. Playing as the yellow GDI, we have Bart Jones. And in the top, playing as the red Scrin, we have Rex. This will be quite the game. Bart Jones has proven that he is very capable on a map such as this. I do believe he might have taken a game off Dimitri on this map, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess that might be one of the reasons why he has picked it today as well. And here we're seeing a fairly standard opening from him. He is going to be going for double refinery here with a barracks beforehand, and so is Rex. So far the build order is very, very equal between both players.
I think they just choose the safer route of placing the barracks first instead of like going straight for the second refinery. It's because like they fear of the rush from both players. On sort of. I don't think there would be any rush from Bart, but like opening with the synths from Rex, that would be possible. Like
yeah,
more,
I mean,
more probable.
You'd think that. However, Bart Jones hasn't really been scouting too much with his rifleman squad. He has now woken up and starts using it. But yeah, it seems like he's not going to be getting any scouts out too quickly. His second rifleman squad does come out, and I think he does anti-scout Rex. So Rex has no idea what Bart Jones is doing in his base, but neither does Bart Jones know what's happening in Rex's base here. Yeah, this is exactly what we are actually looking for here. The refinery placements inside of this, like, little cove for the blue Tiberium. This is how you're supposed to play this map. I think we've actually witnessed a game yesterday. I forgot who exactly was playing, but it was something like... I think, was it Rex and Master Leaf, or was it Futurama and Master Leaf or something? But basically, they haven't been able... I think it was something like that. And they weren't able to actually fit the refs inside, which was kind of hilarious. But here, Bart Jones and Rex showing them how it's done. Yeah, and they are placing the refs correctly. In the meantime, we're seeing tier 2, possibly tier 3 on the way as well for Rex. Bart Jones with a very similar setup, but he is a tech level behind. And he instead opts to go for ABC Rocket, which... I'm not sure if I've really seen this on this map very often.
Well, you don't see this because of how the buildings are being placed per field. As you can see, it just covers the fields to cover the fields, so it allows units to move between them for cover. So it's easier to defend for a player that is being attacked. So you don't see much of an aggression like this. It's kind of like risky right now. Bite just traded the entire of his micro play for 3 APCs, and he needs to do as much damage as possible right now.
Yes, so
it's gonna be difficult because
that
you see the Devour tank.
That is definitely a concern, and yeah, we see one Devour tank coming out of Rex here. He is prepared. He's already in tier 3, but he decided to go for Devour tank so as to not waste his precious tripods on this tier 1 push from Bart Jones. And he's already moving his MCV, which will be delayed, and if he's not careful, picked off by Bart Jones. Mind drop goes down, double mind drop, and Rex will lose his MCV.
No way it happened like this.
Drone ship goes down, and Bart Jones might just be leading the charge in this game now. The Devour tank also dies off. It's heroic missile squad inside the APC, and Rex only has a tripod on the map. And maybe some other units, like Commando. But yeah, and now it's actually Rex the one without the MCV. You'd think it would be Bart who's used MCV to Rex's Commando, but no, it's the other way around. Now, the TP of the tripod for Rex does work out fairly well. He saves his Commando and kills the APCs, but yeah, as long as Bart has the Commando under control, Rex is in a very bad position. He can still rebuild, he still has a gravity stabilizer, he still has a crane, but he doesn't have the expansion which he would have wanted earlier. And actually, Orcas coming out from Bart Jones, they will clean up the tripod, and there is already a Hammerhead here, albeit without AP ammo, that can clean up the Commando. I mean, you would need 2 Hammerheads, because otherwise one will get captured, but it is already a start. Rex trying to make something happen with this hexapod. No, not hexapod. Tripod that has been phased. Might be able to crush the Harvester, and Bart Jones does microwave away. I think the Commando...
Bart Jones managed to snipe the Masterminds.
Yeah, the Commando does get killed off by Bart Jones' Hammerheads here. And the Tripod does come back out of the phase, but is too slow. Even without AP ammo, these Hammerheads are doing a lot of damage. Bart Jones decides to withdraw, seeing the Gunwalkers. Actually, I wonder, where is AP ammo? Oh, he didn't even queue it up. Bart just straight up no AP ammo versus Scrin. Alright. That's definitely a mistake, but I don't judge, I suppose. Yeah, 2 tripods for Rex with 3 Gunwalkers, and he's now establishing eco on his 3rd Tiberium field. Or 2nd green Tiberium field, however you like it more. And he is gonna get the shield upgrade for his Gunwalkers. Hexapod on the way as well. Bart will have the Marv slightly faster than the Hexapod comes out, but definitely not by that much. And Bart is in a pretty decent position, but not an awesome one. Yeah, the no AP ammo Hammerheads not doing too much damage to the crane. And 2 of them... Oh, one of them will die to the AA battery.
Rex
Oh,
is
there
just
we go.
rolling
Now
down
there is APO.
aggressively. There's aggressive move from Rex. 2 tripods, 5 gunwalkers trying to do as much damage as possible. Then I'm mining.
Hey, he's moving out. Lightning Spike goes down. One Harvester will go down here. Only one per tank really defending. So this is a problem for Bart Jones. His Juggernauts are out of position. They're only now reinforcing. The Marv is very close to coming out now, though. All the Hammerheads have been killed off, but so is the Hexapod. Another Harvester dies. Actually, very big eco damage here to Bart. Rex doing very well so far, despite losing his drone ship right out of the gate. Yeah, Juggernauts are now here, but they're here a little late, and Rex is able to withdraw without losing anything. 2 Harvesters for absolutely free. Also, Bart Suicide has Hammerheads in. So far, not going very good for Bart. He has to put his Harvesters back on the line as well. Without that, he will most likely lose. As economy is the backbone of every real-time strategy game. Don't quote me on that, there might be some weird exceptions to that rule. But at least in Kane's Wrath, that is no exception. The TP is there from Rex, locks down the Juggernauts. And I mean, the Hexapod won't be able to do too much, but already killed one Juggernaut, and it's like seeding chaos in the line of Bart Jones, and it gets TP'd away. Wow, the Hexalame is here from Rex.
That was really aggressive. That was absolutely aggressive play. It paid off with one Juggernaut. Right now.
Yeah, it was,
it's
but
only 3 to do.
Yeah, there's very limited eco on this map. So actually, if you just pick off one Juggernaut at a time, eventually your opponent will just run out of eco to build any units. And yeah, now Bart Jones stepping forward with his MCV, but look at this army from Rex, 4 tripods from the right side. Stasis goes down, very good stasis while locking down the back Juggernauts, and the Marv is exposed now. Shockwave trying to secure the position, but the Mastermind TPs the tripods onto the Marv, locking it down, and the cap on the MCV will seal the deal. Bart Jones's position was devastated despite the Hexapods still dying. Actually, 2 of these Juggernauts weren't stasis, it seems like, but it does not even matter, as Bart Jones has nothing to hold the front line, and he will be losing game number 2.
Amazing engagement from Rex. Amazing overall. Maybe the stasis should be like more precise, but it still was worth it to absolutely catch Marv off guard, positioned every single unit well. I think that was a really textbook engagement effort.
Yeah, for sure. The stasis, it only technically locked down to 1 Juggernaut, which is kind of funny. But that was actually enough because Bart was just so behind. He didn't put his Harvesters back on the line fast enough. And he was just kind of all over that place towards the end of the game. Like, he got that MCV, and I guess he kind of perhaps felt that he was winning the game fair and square at that point in time, and kind of got a little shaky, a little bit, you know, overestimating the superiority of his position. And Rex just took the time, you know, went to his third field, rebuilt the MCV, got the eco rolling, and just came back.
So yeah, we wait for comms now.
Yep. We're going to be heading into map number 3, which will be picked by Bart. Torrent Odyssey is the map. Alright, and now, starting with the game number 3, being played on Torrent Odyssey, in the top right-hand corner, playing as the yellow non-vanilla, we have Bart Jones. And in the bottom left, playing as the cyan screen, we have Rex. Believe I've got the factions correct. Yes, I have. And it seems like Rex is once again going for my, well, not my, he's going for the build that I heavily criticized myself, which is Refinery first on a 2 tip spike map here. Let's see if it might net him some advantage this time, perhaps against Bart Jones, or whether it will be just a waste of time to go for. Yeah, Bart Jones on the other hand going for 3 Militant squads. Now keep in mind, you can't really do this against GDI because GDI Rifleman squads win in a 1v1 against Militants. So you wouldn't really want to build as many Militants or just send them in pairs of 2. However, Bart Jones is playing against Rex, who is playing Skrin. Which means that against a buzzer, these Militant squads actually prove to work very well. Since one of them can take out one buzzer and they're very cheap. So actually going for 3 Militant squads like that is a fairly decent idea against a Skrin faction if you are playing Nod. Yeah, Rex on his second Harvester now. Bart Jones also on his second Harvester, but he is slightly ahead on the Harvester build time there. Yeah, and on the refinery. So actually, Rex's build order will have him delayed, not, substantially, but by, 2-3 seconds, and his Harvester comes out late as well. Whereas Bart already has 4 of his working on the field. Okay, Rex is now...
Aggression. We're gonna see a fast aggression on 4 Harvester from Rex again. Two Seeker tanks moving across the map.
Look at this, 2 bikes from Bart Jones on 4 Harvesters as well. So actually both players building aggressive units on 4 Harvesters. Ooh, no, 5th Harvester comes out of Rex. So actually only 2 Seeker tanks. That's a little interesting. I guess against Nod Vanilla you can do this because, well, Militant squads aren't that good at killing Seeker tanks. Then again, they kind of are. Like, I don't know if any of you guys know this, but Militants aren't actually too bad against Seeker tanks. They say Seeker tanks just have such bad gun armor that even Militant squads can do a lot of damage to them. So you can actually just draft probably 2 free turrets here and be perfectly fine if you are Bart. Or especially with the bikes. Speaking of the bikes, Rex actually going to be losing his Harvester on his second field to 3 bikes of Bart Jones. So that's a very good start for Bart Jones, but Bart will actually have to retreat with his Harvester of his own to his main base. He does get a Scorpion tank out, and he should be able to save the Harvester here. Ooh, Bike's getting caught out, but they will get a second Harvester of Rex. And Rex actually going to be looking very grim in his eco department. 5 Harvesters on the first field and 0 on the second, whereas Bart has, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. 7 Harvesters in total.
Yeah, so it's technically the economy is right now the same for both players.
Well, right, but Rex is 2 Harvesters down. Well, he rebuilt them now, but he did have to take the time to rebuild them, and in the end, Bart actually will have faster economy, and perhaps even a faster build order. Not actually too sure about. Yes, he does. Okay. So probably about a 10-15 second advantage here for Bart Jones. And Rex still not fully saturated on his second field, whereas Bart is. I guess you can't say fully saturated for 4 Harvesters, but like close to fully saturated at the very least. Yeah, Rex is now here with his Seeker's tanks. He did scout the Operation Center from Bart, but won't be able to do much else with that, with those Seeker tanks. And Bart actually, despite, the very, very not so good looking first 2 games, is actually looking at a very, very good position in game number 3. Rex did capture the tower here, defensive tower. And Rex does have 2 Descent squads scouting a flame tank. That's interesting. Bart Jones going for multiple flame tanks all across the map. Rex, on the other hand, only really having Seeker tanks on the map here, now going for Devourer tanks and I assume tripods. I guess the Devourer tanks really serve the purpose of just warding off flame tanks, and that's about it. Ooh, Lightning Spike going down from Rex. There's only so many Scorpion tanks here, so he can actually pick off one of them. Good trades from Rex. He is sort of coming back into this game here after the losing 2 Harvesters in the start. Ooh, look at that.
Now Bard will seek for aggression. Those plays are on.
Yeah, the Wizard Blade upgrade is here, and he, I assume, is getting the laser upgrade halfway done, in fact. But so is Rex getting his tripods himself. There's actually 3 tripods on the map already. So Bard Jones might not even have enough tanks at this point in time.
You cannot
Like,
engage right now. He's only like
yeah.
small, like just a second for the laser capacitors.
Yeah, and the
Cannot
shield
engage.
upgrade for tripods is actually going to be done faster almost. Is it faster actually? Hold on a second. Yeah, it is. Wow. The shield upgrade for tripods is done faster than the laser capacitor upgrade for Bard Jones. And he's still making Scorpion tanks. That's a very big problem for Bard Jones. The laser upgrade is now online, but against 3 shielded tripods, this won't be very good trades for Bard. 1 tripod goes down, phase goes down. Actually, Rex decides to disengage and leave the engagement be. In the meantime, a flame tank, I think, did get killed on the right-hand side by the Devourer tank. And the Seeker tanks are finished off now.
Yeah, that was a bad move for Rex. Moving across the map, not expecting how many Scorpion tanks he's gonna face. I think this is the issue with Rex, that he doesn't know how to exactly counter the Scorpion tanks with a small amount of tripods.
Ooh, the
right now,
crushes are huge from Rex, though, and he's really scattered Bard's forces. Stasis comes down as well, and Rex might be looking to win game 3, honestly, here. This is a very, very crushing blow to Bard Jones. A very well-timed stasis, and the 5 tripods now are completely uncontested by this amount of Scorpion tanks. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Scorpion tanks here will be dying almost instantly to these tripods. Bard Jones manages to save 1 tank, but actually it will die just shortly after.
This was incredible engagement right now for Rex. Rex just learns his mistake, doesn't pull out, position his tripods, and waited for Bard to make a mistake.
Yeah, Rex kind of AFK with his MCV, which is a little bit unfortunate for Rex, but it doesn't look like he really needs his MCV, to be fair, as long as he has the anti-infantry with his tripods. The tripod number is enough now for Rex. He just needs some anti-infantry. Oh, there comes the MCV. That's what he was waiting for here, and he will have the Buzzer Hive galore going down now to counter this infantry from Bard. I don't think there's a Redeemer from Bard Jones either. Yeah, there is no Redeemers. There's only Avatars and Infantry and these Scorpion tanks here, and he's forced to defend at his base, unable to use the superior speed of his tanks here. The Commando for Rex does live, and Bard Jones kind of unable to do anything except hide behind his buildings and obelisks. Yeah, Commando for Rex just goes in, Bard drafts power plants, but the MCV does get captured and sold. The Commando doesn't end up dying, but this is basically over for Bard Jones. He has no MCV, no support for his army, and really no army to speak of at this point in time either. Bard Jones has been defeated. Rex does claim game number 3, and we might be heading into a very quick 4-0. Game number 4 here between Bard Jones and Rex. The thing is, it's definitely not a 4-0 that Bard Jones was expecting. Let me see. Yes, so it's 3-0 right now for Rex. Definitely not looking too good for Bard. It was a better game, to be fair, in all fairness. Since Bard Jones did have the upper hand early on, he managed to kill 2 Harvesters with his bikes and not lose any of his own. But then later on, made a few, I guess, tough decisions, and trying to go for Scorpion tanks was basically not the right choice, it seemed like. And yeah, now Rex is, of course, on match point. If he wins the next game, he wins the semi-finals of loser brackets and does knock out Bard Jones out of the event. All right, there we go. Let me just ready up. And we are going to be heading into game number 4, which may or may not be last game between Bart Jones and Rex, but that remains to be seen. Can Bart Jones make the final ditch effort with Black Hand and come back, or will he bite the dust, so to say? Starting off on Tiberium Rift in the bottom right-hand corner and playing as the yellow Black Hand, we have Bart Jones. And in the top left-hand corner, playing as the green screen, we have Rex, the current match point competitor of this series. So yeah, if Bart Jones loses this very game, then he will be knocked out and claim his 4th place in this event, which is still fairly respectable, but of course is most likely not what he was going for. Appreciate the bit judge power. I believe that the sound did go to the stream. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if it did, but it doesn't really matter too much. Anywho, starting off here, we were seeing Bart Jones trying to anti-scout with Black Hand. 3 Black Hand Cabals are out on the map trying to locate the buzzers of Rex. Rex, on the other hand, is actually not going for a scout. I guess he isn't.
No, he went for ref first. Oh no, he saved the scout money for Seeker with the buzzer in it.
Yeah, actually, against Black Hand, this might, to be fair, make a lot of sense going for Refinery first on a map where your spike will be safe, like Tib Rift, and opting to go for a faster Seeker Scout rather than a slower Seeker Scout, or just trying to get buzzers through to your enemy base. Ooh, he might lose the buzzer though. No, he does lose the buzzer. The Seeker Tank actually going to be taking a lot of damage from the Confessor Cabals of Bart Jones. It won't finish him off, but it will definitely not leave him very happy. And oh my god, we're seeing a Flame Rush from Bart Jones, and I'm actually not seeing his MCV. Is this an all-in Flame Rush?
No, he moved to the top.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So the MCV is still there for Bart Jones, but the Flame Tanks are coming in hot. I think that was scouted by Rex. His Seeker Tank now on red health, but he should be able to counter it in time. Yeah, Seeker Tanks are coming out. Very nice scouting and very nice splitting here from Rex, making sure there are no sneaky Flame Tanks that can sneak by. And Bart Jones, actually following his Confessor Cabal squads, is adjusting the trajectory for his Flame Tanks. He sees there are no Seekers in line here, so he actually makes his Flame Tank go through the middle instead of through the top. And that might catch Rex off guard, actually. He is now using all of his Seeker Tanks to actually come in and try and kill his Flame Tank, though, so we'll see if he makes it in time. Flame Tank down to about 3/4 of health, now half HP, will try to burn down the War Factory. It might be successful, though, as the second Flame Tank does come in. The Flame Tank dies, but it showed that the War Factory and the second Flame Tank is full HP, and a Reckoner is here as well with 1 Black Hand squad. Second Flame Tank will be going down to the Seeker Tanks, but a Reckoner will deploy next to the Refinery and will start burning it down. Is 4 Seeker Tanks enough? 1 Seeker Tank does get sniped. Engineer is here for Rex to try and repair the Refinery, but Bart Jones does pay attention and does focus it down. Now the dismount from the Black Hand squad. Buzzer Hive goes down. The buzzer is here, but Bart Jones is trying to burn down a Refinery and barely doesn't make it. Wow. What a series of events here happening. Tier 2 as well, dropped down by Rex. I wonder if Bart had a Confessor Cabal in that Reckoner with the Black Hand squad, if he would have been able to kill a ref. I think so.
Remember, there's still one more Flame Tank coming from the bottom.
Oh, is there? Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't remember. I actually forgot about it completely, and I think so did Rex. Rex going for the Devour Tank, going to charge it, maybe actually trying to attack with it, trying to get secure blue Tiberium, but he forgot about the second Flame Tank. In fact, he probably didn't see it. And now he sees it, but it might just be too late. There's 2 Death Tanks there, but they're not facing the Flame Tank. The Tier 2 is vulnerable. But Bart Jones decides to delay his fire. He goes for the Refinery instead. Power Plant getting sold off. Refinery does go down. And so does the Tier 2. Wow, 1 Flame Tank killing Tier 2. Rex does get a Tier 3 out. But now without a single, with a single refinery and no tier 2, this might be very problematic for him to do anything. Wow, Bart Jones is seriously ahead in this game now. The thing is, Rex obviously has the tech advantage, but can he utilize it well enough? And the thing is, Bart Jones is actually, like, really ahead. Like, what the hell? 2 harvesters in the second field already? With 2 refineries there?
I'm not. I crashed.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Does anyone else crash?
No, only you.
Okay, that's fine.
That is perfectly fine. I'm not sure if I'm still streaming in the Discord. I'm not. Okay. Well, let's fix that real quick then. Anyways, but yeah, while I do that, currently we don't have much going on. Bart Jones stabilizing, Rex trying to expand while still on only 1 refinery. That is definitely not awesome for Rex. Very bad position, probably the worst position he has been so far. Potentially throughout the entire event, if I were to say so myself. Perhaps the only thing that could be worse is him not having an MCV, which did happen in that game versus Lamas. But yeah, even now, like, he's not even really using his MCV too much. I guess he's microing his Mechapedes that are in the bottom. Now, Mechapedes are pretty good against Black Hand, technically speaking, but he doesn't have much eco to back them up. Whereas Bart Jones does. And in the meantime, Bart actually making his way over with some infantry, which might be pretty dangerous if unanswered. Yeah, Bart selling off 1 refinery and a power plant, but that's not a big deal for him. Rex really trying to put on some pressure here onto Bart and get himself some time to be able to actually get back into the game. And so far, he is seemingly successful, but Bart has tier 3 already. So it's definitely not all that easy for Rex. Yeah, Rex only on 2 refinery economy still. The infantry from Bart does get caught out and will be getting killed by the Gunwalkers, but Bart Jones probably going for either a Redeemer or a tier 4. He is going to be building a tier 4. Bart, in the meantime, I'm a little bit scared about the Mechapedes. Paranoid, if I were to say so myself. But he is keeping his units inside his base to try and ward them off, to try and be, be able to react as quickly as he can here to these Mechapedes coming in. Rex focusing down a Harvester and will destroy it. Second one might be going down as well. And maybe even a third one Mechapede is going to get traded off for that, though. And now Bart Jones trying to stream in. Does get a second Mechapede here. And the Rex no longer has the force to push forward anymore. Or pressure Bart, rather. Yeah, the bikes here will be targeting the Mechapede head. Ooh, he does actually miss, though. But not the second time, as the Mechapede does die. And Bart will be winning the engagement there. Rex going for a commando. Yep, and a bunch of Gunwalkers. Only 1 tripod seemingly out on the field. And Bart Jones already going for a Redeemer. So Rex is still in a very, very precarious position where he might not be able to do very much. Yeah, Seeker Tanks on the bottom will pick off some blacks from Bart Jones, but he does maneuver his Scorpion Tanks for those to avenge his fallen brethren. Mastermind is here from Rex. He does capture a Scorpion Tank. Rex rebuilds the tier 2, funnily enough. I'm not actually sure why. I guess he wants to upgrade his power plants or something. Or maybe go for a gravity stabilizer. He does teleport his drone ship to the front line with Mastermind and does win against the Scorpion Tanks, but there's still all this infantry and an upcoming Redeemer to contest. Bart Jones just kind of beelining straight for this Mastermind. Rex TPs 2 tripods on top of himself and does save the Mastermind from the buggies. While at the same time scouting the Redeemer right as it comes out. Bard has gotten eco in his third field. Rex, I assume, will be going for the same thing here soon. And in the meantime, both sides uneasy and not deciding to start any sort of quarrel just yet. Rex can't push because there's a Redeemer in the field. Bard can't push because he's actually killing Rex's eco. He doesn't really want to push. And both players trying to get economy on their third fields. 2 Harvesters will be going down here to the tip core bikes of Bard. Catalyst Missile also doing a lot of damage, killing a refinery. And actually a third Harvester will follow. Does get teleported away into safety. Yeah, Bard might actually stay and kill the 4th or the 3rd Harvester technically as well. Yeah, it does die. Bard will lose all the bikes for it, but 4 bikes for 3 Harvesters is a really good trade. Yeah, Rex finally getting some economy down on his 3rd field. It does have Devastators in the making. Bard, on the other hand, does have more economy. Now, this might be very bad for Bard here. Because he did seem to get a bit more greedy with 2 refineries here. He might not have enough to stop this push. Not entirely sure then again, but look at this. Mastermind making his way over will capture the refinery with the Harvester. And now the Devastators are here as well. There's seemingly nothing to stop it here. Where is the Redeemer? I'm not actually entirely sure even what the Redeemer is doing. It's actually all the way down in the bottom for Bard Jones, and the tripods are here for Rex. The Devastators are here as well. The infantry of Bard was met with a Buster Swarm and Gunwalkers, so he does get killed off. And Bard's Redeemer completely out of position. What was he waiting for in the bottom there? Yeah, Bard's MCV does get targeted down now by the Devastators and the tripods from Rex. And this might just mark the end. Commander does get sniped, but this just might mark the end of this series. Yeah, Bard Jones has been defeated, and we have our not yet champion, but at the very least, the winner of the series, Bard Jones, between Bard Jones and Rex. Rex, congratulations to him for winning and staying alive in this event. Bard Jones, unfortunately, will be 4th and will be knocked out of the tournament. All right. Also, did I forget to turn on the scoreboard? I think I did. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. And yeah, in the end, it is a 4-0. Not the 4-0 that Bard Jones wanted, but perhaps one he deserved for failing to win that last game there. I mean, to be fair, Mega Beats are difficult to stop as Black Hand, but he seemingly has so much advantage that he should have been able to convert that game fairly easily. Oh well, it does happen sometimes, even to the best of us, that we're not always able to win every single game. Which is fine, to be fair. Anywho, so while we wait for Master Leaf to finish his series, let me actually show the brackets so everyone can see. Yes, they're actually playing... Oh. Yeah, I guess we're gonna be heading straight to the quarter, or the semifinals, or well, to the grand finals. Never mind, grand finals of the tournament. Bike Rush Owens versus Rex. Oh boy. Okay, what gonna be? Well, at least there's no delays, and we don't have to cast any replays or something, or I don't have to. Wow. Okay. Well, let me just cast that then. Oh no, Master Leaf, did you find another bug somewhere? Oh god. Anyways, there is a lobby up for bike. I think, Gacius, you won't be able to join because we will have the Russian stream there as well. So you'll have to watch through Discord, unfortunately.
Then I think I'm gonna dip out for this one, actually.
Alright, sure. Then thanks for having you. That's a bit weird way to put it. But yes, thank you for being present and co-casting me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you as well.
Yeah, and I guess we'll meet next time sometime.
Yeah,
We'll see if we do this
later.
again.
Yeah, see ya.
Alright, so we have lost Gacius. He is, you know, one brave warrior. He's fought till almost the very bitter end. But with Bart Jones, we also lose him. Alright, let me change the scoreboard so it is going to be accurate here for the finals at the very least. As it will be Bikecrush Owns and Rex fighting it out to the bitter end. Best of, I think, 11 is what will await us. Yeah, best of 11 in the finals. A very big amount of games here. Might be 6-0, 6-0 as Bikecrush says, but I am not entirely sure about that. Here we go. Bikecrush Owns and Rex. Oh my god, I cannot spell today. Jesus Christ, there we go. Alright. I think... Oh, Bikecrush Owns is such a big name. Hold on a second. Bikecrush probably will be better. There we go. Ooh, Bikecrush Owens proposing a mirror for Rex here. So we will see if Rex accepts the not mirror against Bikecrush, or whether or not he actually decides to pick a different faction. Yeah, Phoenix. I have no idea why Leaf quit either. I think Master Leaf will know best. But from my interpretation of what happened there, I guess Master Leaf might have found some sort of a bug in the patch once again, and that might have unsettled him enough to quit the event. That is just, you know, a theory though. I'm not sure if it was exactly what happened, but we'll see. And with that said, we're going to be heading into the grand finals of this 1v1 tournament. Playing, I think, for the $75 prize as to who gets it. We have Bikecrush Owns and Rex. And playing on the map number 1 in the top left-hand corner, Toxicity. As the red GDI, we have Bikecrush Owns. In the top right, playing as the orange nod, we have Rex. And they'll be fighting it out in this best of 11 series to see who is the best Kane Draft player as of right now. 2 engineers coming out of Rex's barracks. The very, very standard play on this map. Bike Rush owns also doing the same thing, but actually going for a third engineer on top of it to try and secure the defensive tower in the middle. Two rifleman squads marching their way over the map here. And they will meet two militant squads. Rex will guaranteed lose this engagement, unfortunately for him. He has to micro around it, but this won't save him. Although his micro actually seems to be better than Bike Rush, as he does catch Bike Rush off guard and will kill one rifleman squad, but it will not save the day for his scouts. Militant squads or rifleman squads are just that powerful nowadays. Not that anything changed about them, but they are just always powerful, really. And they are also more expensive, though. Shredder does come down from Rex to anti-scout Bike Rush owns. Bike trying to put down a foxhole, which he will do so successfully. And we are seeing free Harvester Eco and free Harvester Eco for both players. Oh, actually, no foxhole coming down from Bike Rush owns. He didn't have the money for it, I assume. So Rex could have tried to anti-scout Bike Rush completely, but unfortunately for him, that did not happen. Also, Rex spots the tower of Bike Rush in the middle as well. And we're looking at APC Rocket from Bike Rush owns. I wonder how many APCs he's going to make. Is it going to be 5 APCs, or is it going to be like 4 APCs and more pit bulls? Or just 3 APCs and some pit bulls? Only time will tell. Looks like only 3 APCs, though, for the start. Yeah, 3 APCs right into pit bulls. The, I guess, Bike Rush way of playing the game, which you could call meta at this point, because so many people copy what Bike Rush does in Kane's Wrath. It's basically meta whatever he plays. In the meantime, Rex opting to go for Eco and actually trying to go for Bike Buggy. I'm actually not sure if this is going to work too well for Rex. The APCs are already here, and so are the Pitbulls. Rex only now killing the Foxhole. Mine drop from Bike Rush owns. War Factory drop down from Rex, but look at this Harvester. It's taking so much damage. Now Rex trying to pick off some of the APCs, but loses a bike for it, and this Harvester will be going down. Even though the APCs are taking so much damage, Scorpion Tank comes out as well, but the Harvester does go down, and so does one APC. But so far, awesome trades for Bike Rush owns. Ooh, Blue Tiberium Harvester is here though, and Bike doesn't no longer have enough units to kill it off. He will lose the remainder of this force. All 3 APCs will be going down here to the Scorpion Tanks and Bike Buggy. And eventually, so will the Pitbull and the infantry squads. So Rex does lose a Harvester, but he does get Blue Tiberium. So it's definitely not too bad. Also, Bike Rush owns having to stack his refineries so he can get catalysted here. If Rex goes for a tier 4, Bike needs to play this either very aggressively or try to go for like a crane, or just try to outplay Rex enough that losing 2 refineries won't cost him the game. And Rex probably going to be going for tech now fairly quickly, trying to secure the tier 4 as soon as possible. Bike Rush going for infantry predator tank. So yeah, that's going to be a mid-game push from Bike Rush here. He will try and perhaps not end the game, but do enough damage to Rex to where, you know, tier 4 clicks won't be a threat any longer. Rex should be able to see this coming, though. He should have eyes on this already. I do believe so. Yes, so he knows there are pred tanks and infantry coming at him. He should be able to prepare in time if he drops down some infantry or gets a tier 3 out as well. That's also a very good counter. Obelisks are just that good, after all. One pred tank getting caught out of position. Unfortunately, reverse move bug for Rex. 2 Scorpion tanks. What is this placement? Rex placing the tech lab on the front line. He's like baiting Bike Rush. to kill it, I guess, or something. Build block comes down. I mean, the obelisk is being made, but this tech is so exposed. What is this? The obelisk gets put down, but the tech is already at half HP, basically. And look at this amount of infantry and predator tanks. The nice arrangement means that there's no build blocks that will work here too well, and the tech goes down. Bike Rush owns just coming in, grabbing the tech center, and running away, and that means there's no tier 4 for Rex. I'm kind of confused as to why he would choose to put the tech center on the front line. It's not a very high HP building, even while fenced. It's still fairly vulnerable, especially to a mass of pred tanks and infantry. And it looks like either bike buggy, probably bike buggy here from Rex will be getting taken out as well. The MCU for bike will live, and he did in fact go for crane, with probably a refinery in the crane as well. Yes, so he will negate the tier 4 clicks, which aren't going to come down anytime soon, because there is no tier 3. Actually, in fact, there's only tier 3 now for Rex. And he has to expand at this point in time, otherwise he will run dry on Tiberium. Definitely not a very good position for the Nod player here, as we have a disconnect screen. Did Bike crash? Okay, no, I guess Bike just has very bad connection. Never mind, I suppose. Sniper teams are out from Bike. Actually, I'm not sure what the purpose of them is. I guess to try and counter any infantry spam that Rex might try and do. The obelisk still stands strong here. Rex deploys MCV before it reaches the undeployment zone. And the Avatar does come out in time, but there's so many predator tanks here for Bike Rush owns. And he's just going to be pounding down his Avatar. Avatar, even with build blocks, will be going down very quickly. Another obelisk comes down. Stealth tanks are on the map, but they won't be able to do too much. The Avatar goes for crushes, but is unsuccessful. Another Avatar comes out. More infantry does get dropped down, and somehow Rex barely starts holding on to this push, but he is, you know, still in his base, locked in his base now, with little to no mining happening now, and he's not looking so hot, considering Bike Rush owns is already on his third field. Now, mind you, Bike Rush was on tier 1 for the majority of this game, actually. He didn't go for tier 3 or tier 2 very quickly. In fact, only now does he put down his tech center and go for railguns. So Bike kind of trying to clutch it out of a tier 1 army because I presume he was very scared of the clicks. But now he seems to be in a very, very dominating position in this game. Multi-MCB is here for Rex. Rex hiding his harvester in the corner of the map. What is this? That is kind of funny. Now there's 3 avatars for Rex. If he's able to kill off this army from Bike Rush owns, he still might have a chance in his game. Ooh, Obelisk goes down, and this isn't looking that good for Bike Rush anymore. I don't know why he's fighting this. Yeah, he has to back off. Build blocks are here as well, and Rex secures his own third Tiberium field, as the stealth tanks, I assume, do get cleaned up here as well by Bike Rush. Yeah, the stealth tanks really not having a hot time here for Rex. He does lose the majority of them. But Bike Rush forced to retreat. And actually, Rex pre-building an engineer for this almost dead avatar. And I mean, this is actually a lot of damage to Bike Rush's forces. He doesn't have too many units left. He has to build back his army, but he already has tier 3. He already has the Morph facility. And he is getting juggernauts on the map. In the top, in the meantime, we have Bike Rush owns trying to push forward with some pit bulls, but scared off by a shredder turret with no upgrade, because this is not vanilla. Well, I mean, I say no upgrade. It has the quad turret upgrade, obviously, but I mean no damage upgrade specifically. Railgun is now online. One of the core upgrades for GDI is here. Unfortunately, not a lot of pred tanks did survive to see the railgun come online, but I'm concerned about Bike Rush's connection here. He seems to be not trying to, but wanting to disconnect like every 5 minutes in this game so far. Stealth tanks do get spotted once again. Mortar upgrade is also done for Bike Rush owns, obviously. And once again, the internet is failing Bike Rush. What is this? It seems like Bike Rush might be winning the game, but might just be losing the battle to the internet connection here. I actually wonder who will be... Yeah, Bike Rush asking if that's him, and yes, it in fact is. Tier 4 is dropped down by Bike Rush owns. He's prepared to push. Tier 4 is there for Rex as well, but obviously there's no shockwave for not vanilla. And the abilities overall in the not tier 4 aren't normally as good in a, you know, a large scale engagement as the GTI one. So Rex won't really benefit from his tier 4 as much as Bike Rush will. And look at this force. Everything Bike Rush has just dropping on in with the drop pod, and the shockwave hits 2 avatars as well. And this game seems to be over. Bike Rush's connection making it a little bit longer than it should be. But yeah, at this point in time, Rex, only now putting down his Redeemer facility, won't have anything in time to do to make a difference in this game. Mar for Bike Rush also coming in. Vapor Bomb does hit a bunch of his units, but it doesn't matter at this point as Rex is simply too far behind. Look at the amount of Tiberium mined by Bike Rush and by Rex. And Rex calls GG. Game number 1 going to Bike Rush owns in a fairly commanding fashion. Alright, 1-0 in favor of Bike Rush owns so far. We'll see if Rex can put a point on the board, but that remains to be seen. Yeah, Archie yagged the cord sabotage. Yeah, might just be, you never know, right? Also, welcome, Shanks. Good to see you here. I don't think I'll be catching up to the chat anytime soon, so I think I'll just focus on casting the games. Rex is asking to host. I can probably host it. Let's see. I assume we're waiting for Bike Rush owns to reset his internet connection so that he doesn't DC in the middle of a game. That would be very unfortunate in the grand finals. But yeah, so far, so good. Game number 1, Bike Rush looking a little bit shaky with misplacements of his refineries in his second field. And yeah, in that last game, just Rex sort of mostly trolling with his tier 3 placements. I guess that in that game, both players made huge mistakes in where they placed their buildings on the second field. Bike Rush placing his refineries together, which will leave them susceptible to a click. And Rex placing his tech center on the front lines for whatever reason. Truly a Christmas present for Bike Rush in that game. And yes, this is in fact a best of 11 1v1 grand final series between Rex and Bike Rush owns. In a sense, you could say this is a show match, right? Well, if you just ignore the entire rest of the tournament. Guess we'll need someone else to host the lobby. Yeah, we have like 5 people here, and neither one of us can host the lobby. Alright, apparently we're waiting for Bike Rush then to come back to host the room. Well, it is what it is. And we're going to be heading into the second game shortly. I presume Bike Rush has fixed his connection now. Alright, the map number 2 will be Hampstead Gardens. And it looks like Rex is finally switching back to his main faction, whereas Bike Rush owns picking Nod. Actually, I wonder what's Bike Rush's main faction. I guess initially he was a Nod main, right? So in a very distant sense, you could say that Bike Rush's main faction is in fact Nod Vanilla. We'll see. I mean, Rex really needs to get points on the board. Right now, it's only 1-0 down, but, you know, the longer he waits, the more he misplaces his tech, you know, the worse that score disparity will get. Seeing as it is the grand finals, he's already guaranteed 2nd place, so it's not that bad, but, you know, probably if you are Rex right now, you would much rather win the event and Bike Rush owns than not. For, well, obvious reasons. We'll see what happens. So I believe Hampstead Gardens might just be probably the favorite map for Rex out of basically all of them, since seemingly whenever Rex gets the map pick, he always picks Hampstead Gardens first if it hasn't been played previously. I don't know specifically why, like maybe I should go ask him why he likes Hampstead so much, but seems like he really does. And now we're going to be heading into game number 2 in this best of 11 between Bike Rush Owns and Rex. Once the connection screen goes through, and hopefully without Bike Rush Owns crashing. Yes. Anyways, playing on the map Hampstead Gardens in the bottom left-hand corner. As the orange screen vanilla, we have Rex. And in the top right, playing as the red, not vanilla, we have the one and only Bike Rush Owns. Standard start for both players. 2 engineers, 3 Miltons from Bike, 2 engineers, 4 buzzers from Rex. And only time will tell what both players have cooked up in their mind to do in this game. Now, Gacius in the chat saying, no way. Affluent saying, absolutely insane. That's what I love to see. Ooh, look at this. Rex actually kills off 1 Milton squad with a buzzer. I'm not actually sure if he lost the buzzer for that. I assume he did. But he does actually manage to get a scout in, and Bike has no shredder turret queued up. So Bike Rush Owens will be getting scouted by Rex right off the bat. And only now does the boogie come out. Yeah, both players securing their semi-contested tip spikes, you could say. So neither one losing an engineer, which is good. And the buzzers will be getting hunted down now by the boogie of Bike Rush owns, and we see 3 harvesters for him, and 4 for Rex. Of course, going for the buggy will delay your economy a little bit. But that is the trade-off you have to go for if you go for eco. Not exactly sure what is up with the connection here right now. We do have 3 observers here. Alright, anywho, we have 5 harvesters for Bike Rush, or for Rex, and we have 5 harvesters for Bike Rush owns, it seems like, here. So the eco has mostly equalized up. Rex still might be slightly ahead, but Bike Rush does have the scouting advantage with the buggy, which Rex does not. Yeah, Rex now going for a Seeker tank. Bike Rush, on the other hand, still going for more economy. Yep. Seems like it's going to be eco plays all across the board. Rex getting his refinery down way sooner than Bike. I think this is actually like a 10-second advantage here for Rex. So, not 100% sure what went wrong in the case of Bike here. I guess he might have just delayed himself a bit too much with the buggy or the third power plant. And that refinery was down way later than it should be. But regardless, you know, Rex really needs something like those slight delays on Bike's side to be able to have a chance to win this series. 1 buggy does go down. So far, the only real vehicle losses here are for Bike Rush owns. So Rex leading in the engagements. And now 3 Seeker tanks gonna be making their way for Rex into Bike Rush's second field, but he is prepared with a second war factory here. After his third refinery, he will have the necessary forces to counter 4 Seeker tanks. Alright, we're seeing some pretty extreme lag here. Is Shock Trepid even... He is observing. Yes, Shock Trepid will be staying. Not sure for what reason, but that is unfortunate. There is actually a bit of a problem here. I will just say this before anything else happens in the future. I don't have Command Pass VPN working for me, so if the players go to Command Pass VPN, this is gonna be very bad. For at least this stream specifically. Tier 2 for Rex is out. Bike Rush owns probably getting Tier 2 of his own. Yes, he does have it already. And he's gonna be going for mass Scorpion tanks. Rex actually on 2 war factories before tier 3 going to be going for mass Seeker tanks instead. The problem is against not vanilla, the Seeker tanks won't do nearly as well as opposed to if Bike Rush had Black Hand or Mark of Cain as his faction. Bike Buggy does get caught out and killed off mostly by Rex, but Rex won't have the best trades here against these Scorpion tanks. Lightning Spike goes down, and actually it's Bike who won't be having the best trades here. Thank you for the 1 bit. Judge Power. And yeah, so far good trades for Rex actually, surprisingly enough. Lightning Spike paying off very well. And the shield upgrade is actually almost done. Very good timing on the shield upgrade. Mine drop comes down, but Rex does mostly dodge it. With only one Seeker tank being affected. Biker's Own's now trying to push forward with the Dozer Blades, but the Seeker tanks do have their own upgrade as well, and will be able to fight back. But there seems to be more Scorpion tanks, or at least they're better positioned than Rex's Seeker tanks. Rex kind of trying to funnel his units in to Biker's first field, but there's repairs now for Biker's Own, so this is not very good for Rex. Rex summoning in his repair drones as well, but Biker's Own is seemingly holding the line, sells off the refinery to have better line of fire for his tanks. Stasis comes down from Rex. That's a very, very committal move here, but it does lock down a lot of Scorpion tanks and will ensure his victory here against Biker's forces. Actually, not so much. Biker's getting very, very good and quick reinforcements, whereas Rex's units are stuck in his base. He's actually going to be going for tripods now instead as well. And instead of a victory, this was just a delay from Rex. So his stasis and his entire Seeker tank army for just delaying Biker's Owns. Oh, it's a 4 War Factory all-in from Biker's Owns as well. Oh boy. So Rex just needs to hold on, just barely hold on at least, if he is able to do that against this play from Bike Crush. And he is moving his MCV to the center of the map. I guess he's trying to push Bike Crush instead. I assume he is getting his shield upgrade, but it's only halfway done. And this is going to be a lot of units. The armada from Bike Crush Owns making its way across the map. Rex will be ill-prepared here for these Scorpion tanks of Bike Crush. Phase goes down on one tripod, but it's only one tripod that's being phased. Another tripod will be instantly eviscerated by the Scorpion tanks. And more tripods taking a lot of fire. There's just simply too many Scorpion tanks here for Rex to handle. And his commando comes in too little too late to save the day. It can't even really capture anything. It can capture a Scorpion tank, but it's actually getting killed by the Scorpion tanks here. And now there's just simply not enough units for Rex to make a difference. The all-in from Biker's Owns is simply too powerful, and Rex has been defeated, closing out game number 2. Biker's Owns so far 2 points up in his best of 11. And yes, Master Leaf, I do tend to agree with you. It's not the server, it's one of the players. Okay, so we're waiting for Buka. I don't think we should have Shock Trap it in the lobby, provided how hard it was lagging. Okay, we're waiting for Buka. There we go. Yeah, Biker's Owns is committed to winning this event. He does not want to lose against Rex at all costs, it seems like here. And so far, he is doing fairly well in that regard. Wasteland is going to be the next map. Is it Torment Wasteland? Yes, okay, there we go. Anyways. Here we're gonna be starting with, I believe this is gonna be game number 4 already, or is it game number 3 actually? Hold on a second. Yeah, it is game number 3. Yes, it's game number 3. There we go. I was a little bit lost in time there, but we are back and ready to go. Primed and ready. Factions remain the same. And now, map number 3, Terminal Wasteland, starting off in the bottom left-hand corner, playing as the science screen, we have Rex. And in the top right-hand corner, playing as the red, not vanilla, our number 1 player, the expected winner of the event, Bike Rush owns. I do say expected winner because he's not yet the winner. 2-0 is definitely not the score that Rex would have wanted, but it is not all lost. Rex still has many chances to claim this series back. It is a best of 11 after all. Bike Rush Owns needs 6 wins to end this grand finals in his victory. Alright, it seems like it still will be a bit laggy, which is a little bit annoying, but hopefully not the end of the world. We don't actually know who is lagging, unfortunately. Might just be Rex, might be Bike, since he had the DC screen in the first game, but anywho, we're seeing a fairly standard start. This map, of course, Texas Torment Wasteland, was remastered by Desolator. It was his map, and he remastered it again to then also feature a new and refreshed look. Now has these river veins. They're made from rivers, the textures themselves, but they're kind of like Tiberium vein textures, lookalikes, you could say. And it has these cool Tiberium clusters throughout the map. So the map is fairly cinematic, fairly good to look at, and we're still getting lag, and it is Bike. Okay, it is just Bike lagging. Looks like Bike Rush Owns is blaming the server. Alright, for whatever reason, but yeah, anywho, we're seeing 5 Harvesters for Rex, we're seeing 5 for Bike as well. Rex does have the scout off, and so does Bike Rush Owns. If Rex takes a single game, I'll donate 20 bucks to him. Oh wow, alright, that's bigger stakes for Rex. Oh, appreciate the bounty, Shanks. Just a 1-game bounty even, but it is definitely something. So if Rex wins this event, he has a chance to walk away with 95 bucks. Which, you know, is not gonna make him rich or anything, but it's a nice little bit of money. You can probably go buy, I don't know, a better internet connection for that or something. Although it does appear like Bike Rush is the one lagging in the first place, but yeah. Tier 2 is down for Rex. Bike Rush Owns, on the other hand, going for a second war factory instead. Of course, Squid benefits from tech a bit more than Nod does, in a very weird sense, because, you know, obviously Squid kind of wants Tripods out faster. As for Nod, Tier 3 doesn't really help them as much. It does allow them to get stealth tanks and Tier 4 and a Redeemer, but you don't really want those units out too quickly. Otherwise, something like just Seeker Spam might overwhelm you and kill you in the end. Yeah, it seems like Rex is a bit more timid this game. He's not really moving out from his base with his Seeker tanks, instead opting to play more defensively, probably because he's gonna go for a, you know, a tech-based build or a bit less aggressive here, at least early on in the game. We're seeing a Devour tank out from him as well. Yeah, Bike Rush owns his connection is just not amazing today. He is getting booted himself. Perhaps Rex might not best Bike Rush owns in the grand finals, but it seems like the connection is definitely besting Bike Rush today. Yeah. 6 Scorpion tanks here for Bike Rush owns. He does use Decoy Army, but, you know, it will bait some shots from the Devour tank, but, you know, it's not like Rex will die from these 6 Scorpion tanks whatsoever. He has the necessary units and Photon Cannon to defend from that. In the meantime, Bike Rush, I guess, going into tech, he's already on tier 3, and he's once again disconnecting. Tripods now coming out from Rex. Ooh, stealthed flame tanks. Thankfully, the attack indicator, you know, helped me find this stealth flame tank. I actually probably wouldn't have noticed it at all. But as there are actually stealth flame tanks on the map from Bike Rush, he's trying to push forward, trying to get rid of the Devourer tank. Not sure why. I guess he's making sure his flame tanks are able to do the most they possibly can. But there's just simply too much here for Scorpion tanks to handle. 2 photon cannons with Seeker tanks will hold the line. In the meantime, the stealth flame tank making its way over probably should try and kill off the tech center. Yeah, Scorpion tanks won't be able to break the defense of Rex. The stealth flame tank is still here, still on the map, and still unnoticed by Rex. He does have Seeker tanks here, though. It actually has second flame tank as well, but this one isn't stealthed, and it will be seen, and the photon cannon won't be able to kill it off fully, but it will do enough damage as to where Rex should be able to finish it before his refinery dies. Yeah. Ooh, the stealth. Wait, the stealth flame tank took damage from what? I guess he killed the war factor in the refinery here. Actually goes for the second refinery as well. Ranks up to veteran 1. Lightning spike goes down from Rex. Bike Rush retargets, but Rex is already marching here with tripods, so this refinery might just barely die, but so will the flame tank. Yeah, refinery goes down, and so does the flame tank. Rex still has sufficient eco to get the hexapod out, so it's not the end of the world. Laser capacitor is up for Bike Rush owns. This time around, he might not be all-inning, although I'm not actually sure. This might be an all-in, actually. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 War Factory all-in. Yep, it is. Alright, Bike Rush owns going for a second all-in in a row. Rex should be able to see this coming, I assume. Well, or maybe it's not an all-in, I guess. I guess he has enough eco for this. To be fair, this is a very eco-heavy map. It has very big Tiberium fields, and you have a lot of blue tip. So actually, maybe Bike Rush can afford 4 War Factory economy here, or production, rather, despite not selling his MCV. So Rex is definitely in trouble. Bike Rush now, with his MCV still on the map, and 4 War Factory production, will definitely be able to overwhelm the tripod and the hexapod here. Bike Rush now swarming in. 1 Scorpion tank does go down. Second one does follow. Stasis gets used, but the tripod is dead. And now 2 tripods and a hexapod won't deal enough damage here. It seems like no shields for tripods now anymore as well. And now all 3 tripods do go down. EMP buggies are on the map as well for Bike Rush owns. And yeah, hexapod just has nothing for this. Rex just getting completely overwhelmed by simply Scorpion tank spam from Bike Rush owns. EMP goes down, locks the hexapod down. The phase is used as well, but now the MCV is under fire and there's no phasing it anymore. And Rex loses his drone ship with no ability to rebuild anything. and is looking to lose game number 3 very swiftly here. Yeah, nothing but a single tripod left for Rex and a commando as well, but this is just simply not going to be enough to hold the line. Another tripod comes out, but it's not in time. It's too little, too late to get reinforcements in, as Rex will lose his economy and with it will lose the game. Rex has been defeated, and Bikers owns winning game number 3. Alright, so while we wait, I probably could host the next lobby here. But yeah, so far a 3-point lead. Not unexpected for Bike Rush owns, but definitely not to say what we would have wanted. I will notify Rex about the bounty, the sudden bounty that he has gotten, once he's back in the lobby. Alright, yeah, and now we're just gonna wait for the players to restart their game, try to fix their connection, hopefully, and get back into the Rumble. There we go, Black has hosted a lobby. Alright. Next map will be Atacama Road, picked by Rex. This will be map number 4 over here. Apologies for the moment of silence, but I was just chatting to Bike Rush regarding his connection, and look at this, the faction picks are actually kind of surreal. In my personal opinion, Traveler is just so much better than Black Hand in this matchup. Anywho, playing map number 4, Atacama Road, in the top. As the red Black Hand, we have Bike Rush owns, leading with a score of 3-0. And in the bottom, playing as the pink Traveler 59, we have Rex. Alright, so we have a free buzzer start from Rex. It is still a little bit chuggy in terms of lag, which is not amazing. And we see 2 Cabal squads, free Cabal squads from Bike Rush owns. Actually, 4 of them, so he's definitely looking at anti-scouting Rex. Let's see if Rex will get himself anti-scouted. Seems like Bike will know where Rex's scouts are. Yeah, he did see the buzzers, so he should know where they're coming from. Let's go Bike Rush. Oh, we have some Bike Rush fans in chat, it seems like. Well, he doesn't really need much help in this series so far. It's really Rex that needs all the... Also, I forgot about the bounty. Whoopsie daisy. But yeah, also, it is Rex really that needs all the help he can get now. As he is down 3 points. Tries to micro the buzzer, but not in time. 2 buzzers down against the Confessor Cabal squad. That is about what you would expect, to be fair. Confessor Cabal squads are super powerful against buzzers and other infantry. And yeah, the 3rd buzzer does go down, and Bike doesn't actually go for any aggressive play. He just sticks to a solid macro game. Whereas Rex, on the other hand, actually goes for an aggressive blue Tiberium Harvester. It's not really aggressive, right? But it's a very, very greedy eco here. Bike asks Rex if he wants to scout. Rex replies with, nope. And yeah, surprisingly enough, it will actually pay off. I mean, not necessarily pay off, but like it wouldn't hurt him. Alright, Bike's not going for any flame, flame rush or anything like that. Speaking of which, it seems like a second War Factory is going to be in place for Bike Rush owns. Rex going to be going for Seeker Tanks to try and safeguard his Harvester in the middle. Surprisingly enough, I think in tandem with the first game, Rex actually gets blue Tiberium more frequently than Bike does, which doesn't help him win the game, but, well, at least it does help him win the game, but it doesn't, didn't help him win the game the first time he did it at the very least. And yes, second War Factory down after a Operation Center, so it's actually like a delayed Flame Rush because Rex didn't go for a scout. Bike opting to try some, I wouldn't call it experimental builds. I assume it's more of like an older build order that you just don't see nearly as much anymore. But yeah, we're going to be seeing Flame Tanks now on the map. With double War Factory, which is actually kind of scary, to be fair. Then again, Rex himself going to be going for a portal. Disintegrator squads are going to be on the map as well, which aren't good against Flame Tanks, but they can help against Bike Buggy. Okay, I think I lost the Flame Tank on the right. I'm not actually sure there was a Flame Tank on the right-hand side. There is one down the middle. There is one on the left that has been spotted. And another one here on the left. Actually, 2 more Flame Tanks on the left here. So Bike just spamming Flame Tanks, it seems like. Rex probably kind of unhappy at himself as for not going for a second War Factory, instead opting to go for a Stasis Chamber. I mean, to be fair, it is Traveler that he's playing, right? So actually, probably Tier 2 Stasis Chamber Cultists would have been the better approach here, which is probably what he's doing right now. Another Flame Tank does go down, doesn't get the snipe on the Stasis Chamber, but will lose the Warp Sphere here. Rex not looking all too solid. I mean, one Warp Sphere isn't too bad. He is building up the Seeker tank numbers. And he should save the ref. And Bikers owns still on tier 2. Only one War Factory now. Still pumping flame tanks out. And Rex still doing a pretty decent job at countering them. The refinery still lives even despite a second flame tank coming in. A third one is coming in as well now. And a fourth from the bottom will actually kill the ref on the bottom and then the one at the top. Look at the splash damage from these flame tanks. Rex sort of dropping the ball here. He's still not entirely lost, but this is definitely not the best scenario for him, losing 2 refineries on his first field to the flame tanks of Bike Rush owns. Ooh, flame tank going elite, might even go heroic here if you give it the opportunity, but Rex does not. He should be able to finish it off fairly easily here. Yeah, there goes the flame tank. And even more flame tanks. What is Bike Rush owns doing? Sells off the Secret Shrine as well with the infantry, or after the infantry upgrade rather. Doesn't get blue flame at all, and it just keeps spamming flame tanks. If he would have like went for a Quad War Factory all in, it seems like he would have just won the game, but it's just nothing but flame tanks on the map. He's actually going to be base pushing Rex, or maybe just expanding to his third. Not entirely sure where the MCV is headed. Rex's Harvester getting burned down by a flame tank in the middle. Another flame tank flanking on the left-hand side. Another one flanking on the right. And yeah, it is going to be a base push from Bikers owns. Rex does already have cultists still, so Bikers has to be careful. If these cultists capture a flame tank inside of his infantry line, he has a chance to burn everything down to the ground. Ooh, Rex counterattacking, but there is infantry in place. So, nothing will really come off the Seeker tanks over here, unfortunately for Rex. And the cultists are now trying to chase down the flame tank. Spike is aware of cultists being on the map, but looks like he isn't paying attention. And one flame tank will get snatched by Rex. Bike is now right here on the front porch of Rex's base. Dropping down barracks. This is basically an all-in base push, essentially. I mean, he didn't sell his MCV yet, but like he's just throwing it at the enemy. There's the flame tank coming in from Rex that he captured, and it did do some damage to the infantry, which is very nice. But look at his tech. 2 tier 2s for Rex? What is this? And actually, the area mind control from the Prodigy that is on the map does go down, does kill the flame tank there. And there are tripods. There is a Devastator even here. Prodigy TPs onto the flame tank, teleports the squad here, but does get killed off before the flame tank gets captured. The flame tank is still here in Rex's hands though, and Bikers owns not looking too hot now anymore. It's only infantry for him, and he's fighting against a high-tech army of his opponent. More turrets going down for Bikers owns. The Devastator's actually doing a lot of damage now versus the infantry, but it doesn't look like Rex has that much left, to be fair. Devastator now taking shots from the SAM side. Bike Rush owns marching forward. Cultists need to be microed here by Rex. He does capture one infantry squad. Buster Hives go down, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Tripod falls. There's a second Devastator out on the map, but this might not be enough. Only one MCV remains for Rex. He only has an MCV, 2 portals, and a gravity stabilizer now. He cannot lose any more in this position. Devastators are actually now stacking up. 2 of them do deal a great amount of damage against infantry and base pushes, but look at this MCV now getting targeted by Bike Rush owns. And nice build block from Rex. He's desperately trying to keep the position alive, but his MCV will die. And the Devastators will prove to be insufficient in this position. Now, Bike actually losing a lot of his infantry now, so it's not all over. The SAM side will be going down. The repairs and Devastators are there. Now, Cultists coming in with a few leftover buzzers, and they will be able to take care of some of the infantry here. Look at this buzzer. Oh, no, didn't do any damage there, but it does do a lot of damage later on. And now, Bikers owns kind of not having much infantry left. Tripod will be getting killed off for a second time. And the MCV is still alive for Bike Rush. There's still a lot of infantry. There's only basically a gravity stabilizer left for Rex. If that falls without the MCV coming out, and Rex has been defeated, never mind, Rex quits out. And game number 4 going for Bike Rush owns. Wow, this was actually kind of close. What a game. It seemed like if Rex spotted the infantry transition earlier, he would have had a better chance to win it. But unfortunately, that did not happen. And he was too little too late on the counters. I presume Bike will test his connection now on the VPN. Hopefully they'll come back to Aurora. Actually, no, there is a lobby for Rex. Never mind already. Oh, Rex knows about bounty. Cool. Awesome. Rex picking pipeline problems against Bike Rush. That's a very surprising map choice. And they're sticking to the Traveler versus Black Hand matchup. It looks like Bart Jones also having problems with internet connection. Maybe just all of Britain just has malfunctioning internet connection right now. Who knows? Alright, waiting for Bike Rush to ready up. Rex says, thanks, good sir. I assume that is addressed to Shanks for the bounty. I suppose it's a bounty, right? I could call it a bounty. For winning one game. Yeah, so far, I mean, still, there's at least 2 chances for Rex to win a game. At least 2. Let's see if he's able to do it on pipeline problems. Map number 5. That being pipeline problems between Rex and Bike Rush owns in these grand finals, playing on the top as the Green Traveler 59, we have Rex. And in the bottom, playing as the Red Black Hand, so far undefeated, we have Bike Rush owns. Not sure why Bike Rush is pinging. He's pinging where he's gonna send flame tanks. Alright, alright. Both players joking about it. It seems like Bike Rush owns opting to go for an aggressive opening. He doesn't go for the standard crane refinery build order. Instead, he's probably going for a 2 War Factory flame all-in. Or maybe just a 2 War Factory, maybe just expanding normally on this map. Rex already ahead on eco, obviously, because he's going for eco builds. So that might help him. Well, it will definitely help him. But will it be enough for him to hold the line is the question. Let's see if he gets a scout off as well. That is also very important to know what your opponent is doing. Bike Rush going for an early War Factory, possibly going for a tier 2 now. It is going to be a Flame Rush from Bike Rush owns. He is Black Hand, so that does make sense. But he's, of course, going to be very delayed on eco. And Rex does need to get the scout off, though. Buzzer in the middle and on the left-hand side being anti-scouted now by Bike Rush owns. And Rex will lose even another buzzer here. I think, at least. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Bike Rush does not quite kill it. Rex reacts in time. But still, there is no scouting information for Rex, and Bike really prepared for the side buzzer here from the right as well. Yeah, it is going to be Flame Tank number 1 from Bike Rush owns. Flame Tank number 2 already making its way over the map. Tier 2 up for Rex. It looks like he might just be prepared for what is in store for him.
Enemy base sighted.
I actually wonder if he scouted like an upgraded power plant or something. It doesn't look like it though, but I guess he just knows the flame tanks are coming. Yeah, there's the first flame tank coming from the left-hand side. 3 Seeker tanks are here for Rex, but he doesn't see it! No, Rex, you barely missed the flame tank. Bikecrush writes LOL in the chat. And Rex is too late to the party with his Seeker tanks. He walked right by the flame tank, but now he's gonna lose the refinery and the tier 2! And the second flame tank already here in Rex's base. Going to be targeting down the MCV, then going for the refinery, I would assume. Second refinery drops down from Rex. This first refinery gets sold off. And this flame tank will be getting killed off, but there's still more on the way. Crane gets killed off. The War Factory will be going down. The third refinery will be going down as well. And the tier 2 block won't even save it in time. It is absolutely over for RRRX. Game number 5 going in a hot and smoking fashion to Bikecrush owns. And he is now on match point against Rex. Oh, wow. What a unfortunate way to miss the first flame tank and then get your entire economy on Blue Tiberium killed off because of it. It looked like he saw the rush coming as well, but he just missed the first flame tank. Just a little 1 second of hesitation from Rex. Same as when Booka was playing Rex in this very event. Booka just hesitated for a second against Rex and also lost the game. In this case scenario, we had Rex with that momentary lapse in attention that cost him that game. Yeah, and now we're looking at a swift end to this not so short tournament. Game number 6, staring down Rex, asking him, begging the question, are you able to win at least a game against Cage Raft's best? And here we're gonna be headed into potentially the final game of Rex versus Bikecrush Owns in his best of 11 grand finals of the Christmas Comes Early tournament. Starting off on the 6th map on the day, Smashed Dust Bowl, playing on the bottom as the Green Traveler. Hey, you guys, he needs your support right now. This is Rex. And in the top, playing as the Red-Black Hand for the 3rd time in a row, I believe, we have Bikecrush Owns, the so far undefeated boss of this event. Now, Bikecrush going for a very aggressive barracks here. 2nd barracks, 2 barracks play right off the bat. This is a map with 2 contested tip spikes, mind you. And, well, 2 safe ones, 1 per player. We'll see if Rex is capable of contesting Bikecrush for these tip spikes in the middle. Or if he will, you know, put his tail behind his legs and run. But no, it looks like Rex will be opting to take the fight. The problem is there's 2 drafted and 1 full Confessor squad. Bikecrush, in fact, having that set up for both tip spikes. Investing so much money for these tip spikes, but it's gonna be well worth it. Oh no, Rex might snipe the Engineer, but he doesn't micro the buzzer. The Engineer still gets sniped. Bikecrush isn't able to hold against this amount of buzzers. He should be able to finish off the buzzers, but the Engineer wasn't spotted for Rex, I don't think. And Bike did lose one of his NGs, which will hurt him in the long term. Never mind, Rex will lose his Engineer here. And I'm not sure who's better off tier 2 being placed by Bike Rush Owns. And so far, it looks like Rex will have the better eco because Bike Rush went for tier 2, obviously. But once again, as with the last game, this really begs the question, will the better eco save Rex the game? This is basically the last opportunity for Rex to win the $20 that is a bounty from Shanks. And he is going to go for a Seeker tank early on that will be getting killed. Maybe, I'm not sure if it's killed, but definitely heavily damaged by these Confessor Cabal squads. Yeah, going down to red HP. And just from the corner of his eye, he will see the Flame Tank. Rex knows it's coming, but I don't know if it's too late. The anti-scouting was so good from Bike Rush Owns. He's already on the expansion, though still lacking in eco. Rex will do a lot of damage to this Flame Tank. There are 2 Seekers still on it. 1 Seeker might still die. A 3rd Seeker comes out of the War Factory, and barely Rex holds on. But a 2nd Flame Tank is looming. Closing in on the position, 4 Seeker Tanks are here, but they won't be enough. Engineers trying to get out, but it's not going to be in time. And Rex loses the War Factory. But he still has 4 Seeker Tanks. Not all hope is lost. But not all Flame Tanks have yet been killed either. And Rex does not know that. Rex sees that there's a Flame Tank on the left-hand side, but he also now sees the one on the right, and he has nothing for the right one. He has to draft the Seekers, but Bike Rush Owns closing in on free flanks, on free front, and a Reckoner all in coming out of Bike Rush Owns. He's putting everything on the table here. As this Flame Tank from the right flank will take care of this refinery, the Flame Tank on the left will get intercepted, but the one coming through the middle will not be answered, as the War Factory will be going down, but a Flame Tank on the right wasn't targeted fully, and the refinery will go down as well. Rex has no eco remaining. And even though the Flame Tanks have been killed, Rex has lost the game. The final match will crown our champion, that being Bike Rush Owns. Congratulations for winning this exhilarating event. And Rex will be going home with, I do believe, not a bad sum, not a bad prize, but the $20 bounty from Shanks will remain unclaimed, and this, ladies and gents, will mark the end of the Christmas Comes Early tournament. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you the players for playing the tournament. Thank you Svensson and Iluhan for sponsoring the event. And on this perhaps a little bit disappointing note, but nevertheless, this tournament is primarily aimed for fun games and nothing else. I will be ending the stream. Thank you all once again for tuning in. Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to cast. Hopefully we'll meet again in the near future.